What's up, guys? You may have heard already, but I am moving again.
So who cares? Why not do your own thing and let them say what they want?
No, it is not by choice. No, I have not found the house of my dreams. I am moving basically because I was forced to on short notice after being promised that I wouldn't have to this year. My patrons and anyone who's on my Discord already knows half of this story at least, but I'm here to tell you the full story to everyone on my YouTube channel who's willing to listen. But before we get into this, I do want to let you guys know that as sad as I looked in the Patreon video, I have taken a complete 180 and I feel content with this. I'm not happy about it. I know it might be stressful. I know it's going to cost me more money. I know it's going to be annoying, and I still do love this house very much, but I've come to terms with it, and I honestly have. This isn't like an affirmation of me just like trying to feel better like it was the first video you saw. If you're a patron of mine, it's a legit feeling. I have become content with the fact that I have to move in the next 2 months, if not sooner. So, if you guys haven't watched my video where I moved to Las Vegas and my parents came with me and moved all my stuff down, and then we realized that the house I had rented was completely unlivable in, and I still haven't found a better way to say unlivable in. It was completely disgusting and I could not live there, basically. If you haven't watched that vlog, that story time, it's a very good story time. It was, in fact, the worst week of my life, but it ended pretty quickly, so that was nice. I found this house, which I absolutely fell in love with. I love this house. I planned on buying this house, and now all of those notions have gone down the drain with one little FedEx letter left in the wind outside of my house on the ground from my landlord, the owner of this house. So that happened a year ago, and I've been living here for 2 months less than 1 year. Flashback 4 months ago, I got a call from the broker, the person who relays information between the owner of this house and me, the tenant. We're gonna call her the liaison because I really like the word liaison and it just makes her sound really cool. And she's a cool chick. Her name's Carolina. So I'll either say Carolina or I'll say the liaison. So she calls me and she's like, "Hey Tara, you know how you said like a year ago that you really love this house and you might want to actually buy this house? Well, are you still interested?" I said, "I am absolutely interested. I will talk with Jay and make sure, and then I will get back to you." I get back to her and I tell her Jay and I are 100% on board. We do want to buy this house, but we're not 100% sure if we can buy it at the end of our lease because I have to worry about an inflation of my income, and therefore a fuck ton more taxes are going to be stolen from me by the government. During this time of me not knowing how much my taxes are going to be, of me acquiring a CPA, a certified personal accountant, that's what it is, to do my taxes and to make sure that I'm doing everything right and I'm getting all the write-offs that I can without going too far over into the gray area where I might get audited and then I have to back up some weird write-offs. So because of me not knowing for sure how much I'm gonna owe, spoiler alert, it's a fuck ton. I was putting most things on credit cards and building up like a savings in my actual savings account and my checkings account because I wanted to make sure that I could pay off the large lump sum that is my taxes. And therefore, in the last year, my credit has kind of been declining just a little bit. It's been on the rise the last few months as I'm paying off debt and stuff like that. Never missing a payment, never being late on anything. But we will get back to the credit and stuff in a moment. I just wanted this to be more chronological so you can understand what my mindset was at that point. My mindset was maybe we will buy at the end of our lease. Probably we will want to stay another year. And that's what I did about 2 months ago. I asked Carolina, the liaison, if she could ask the owner of the house if we could stay on as tenants for 1 more year contract. Carolina asked the owner said absolutely, expect a lease in the mail in May. So I was like, awesome, and I paid off a fuck ton of my taxes. And as stressful as the whole tax thing was, I feel like I finally had it figured out, and I got it figured out within the last like 2 weeks. Like I was like, this is the payment plan I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get ahead on my projected taxes for next year. If you're not self-employed, you don't know the clusterfuck that is calculating your own estimated quarterly taxes. Oh my God. And I didn't even know I had to do quarterly taxes until this year. I thought that I had to do quarterly taxes or just pay everything at the end of the year, right? All the back taxes or whatever, instead of being like, I think it's gonna be 10K, now let me send them 10K, and I could have saved 2K and spent that on, upgrading equipment or something. Or money on a down payment for a house. So, my parents come into town. It's their second time ever in Vegas. They're here to see me. They're here to check out a bunch of things like the Hoover Dam. The first day after the night that they came in, we go to the Hoover Dam, we have a great time. time. I'm having a really, really good time with my parents. I know my parents are gonna watch this, and I know this might seem a little bit rude, but I'm very antisocial. So when someone comes into town and they say that they want to see me, I imagine it being like a burden and like something really annoying, and then I'm gonna have to get like ahead on my fucking videos, and I'm gonna miss some uploads, and it's gonna be really annoying. And even though I love my parents and I love seeing them, and I miss them being within driving distance of me and seeing Snowy and Panda, which is my mom's cats, I was a little bit stressed out about them coming, hoping that it won't be awkward, that we don't really have anything to do, or that it won't be stressful on my upload schedule. I can say with all confidence that I actually really enjoyed them being here, and I hope they come back like soon. If they came like every 3 months, I would be totally fine with that. My parents being here allows me to like spend time with them, not only that, but also like do touristy things here. I walked through some of the hotels I'd never walked through in Vegas before, even though I had traveled here and even though I lived here for a year. I now know where the bodies exhibit is, which I'm really excited about. But anyway, I was having a good time with my parents is basically what I'm saying. Mwah! Love you, Mom and Dad. Please don't take that the wrong way. You know my demeanor. So the second day my parents are here, I wake up and I'm like, I'm gonna edit this Hoover Dam video, and then I'm gonna see if my dad wants to come over and film the Q&A that day, and then maybe we'll go out to eat or something. But first, as stated, I wanted to get the Hoover Dam vlog done, and I wanted to hit the gym with Jay. So I get a notification in my email while I'm editing the Hoover Dam video that says I have a package on the way from FedEx. I have like a FedEx account, so anytime someone sends something to my address, I get a notification that it's on the way, but I hadn't bought anything from FedEx. So I was wondering like what the fuck this is. It was telling me that it's like a notary thing or something. I hear the doorbell ring like, bah! And I'm like, I'll just ignore it because it's probably some random package that Jay bought and didn't tell me about. Then, literally within that half hour, after I go back to editing the Hoover Dam video, I get an email from Carolina, the liaison, and she says, "Where's my phone? I will read it to you." So this is the email that she sent me about him allowing me to renew the lease. She says, "The owner is open to allowing you to renew your lease for an additional year. Please expect a lease renewal on or before May 15th, 2018. So then when I saw her name in my email, I was thinking, oh, okay, so this is gonna be like the lease renewal, right? Because even though it's a little bit earlier than May, maybe they're getting ahead of the times or something, which is cool. I like that. Now flash forward to what I was talking about. I get an email that says, "The owner has had a change of heart and has notified us by certified mail that he will not be renewing your lease, and there will be no option for you to remain on a month-to-month basis. This is purely a business decision, as he is listing his home for sale within the next 10 days. A notice may have already been sent to you by the owner. Please feel free to reply to this email if you have any questions regarding the notice." And after like hyperventilating for like 2 minutes, which is more of me just going like, what do? I don't know how to feel about this. Do I really have to move this soon? There's no way I can buy the house in this time frame. I just paid off my fucking taxes, which is thousands and thousands upon tens of thousands of dollars. Fucking self-employed tax. Oh my God. And I say, oh my God, what time do I have to be out? I tried to call you, but your mailbox is full. Please give me a call ASAP, as I will need help from the real estate company to find a new place. Or maybe we can buy the house. I'm basically just thinking out loud at this point. Please let me know. We will do our best to buy. We pretty much need to stay here, and we'll be willing to do what is necessary to buy. Thank you. So after a little bit, she gets back to me, she calls me, she puts me in contact with a lender. In the interim, from me writing that email to me getting the call from her, I like start crying a little bit. Like I'm like, oh, I don't know what to do. And anytime I get in this situation where I'm like, fuck, I don't know what to do, and I'm like imagining trying to be happy in YouTube videos and trying to do my job and trying to stream while also packing everything up again in the next month or two, having people in and out of the house, checking out the fucking house with the prospect of buying this house that I wanted to buy. And I know, like, hold on for a second. I have to explain to you why I feel the way I do about this house, because I feel like a lot of you have gotten notices like this and you're like, oh, that sucks. And I kind of want to make you understand why I feel so attached to this house and why I really don't want to move. First reason is I'm not someone who likes change. I set up this little haven that I have in this house, and I basically was using this rented house as a place that I thought I was going to own. I had fallen so deeply in love with this house because to me, it's pretty much everything I've ever wanted. It's not a perfect house, not by any stretch of the imagination. It needs to be painted. A lot of things need to be replaced. A few things don't work, but foundationally, the house is gorgeous. It has a great start, and I've always wanted to have kind of like a fixer-upper that has a nice starting point that I like. Kind of like me, you know, my canvas, my face, my body. I had a nice starting point. I liked my starting point, but I had a goal in mind, and it's really fun for me to achieve certain goals. So for me to have this house as like, okay, we're going to be buying this fucking place, and then having that in my mind, and then knowing that I have another year to easily accumulate what I need for a down payment and to fix my my credit score and all that stuff. I was feeling pretty secure in the place that I was living, and I had fallen in love with the place. I felt like this is Eve's castle. This is Jay and my place of respite away from the prying eyes of the world. And for me, I feel like I had gotten very, very lucky getting this place. And I think I convey that very well in the video about me moving down here. Like, it was crazy that I got such a perfect house for me in such a short amount of time. It was like 2 days that I had gotten the house and I was moving in within the week. The rent is really low. The house was in a buyable price range. The owner was looking to sell at some point. So I was thinking, this is my house. Couple that with the fact that I don't like change. I had already set everything up. If you guys have seen the gaming channel room and stuff, I put a lot of work into setting that up. And then the idea of having to do my day-to-day stuff while, again, so soon moving, when I'm the kind of person who like moves into a place, makes it her own, and then doesn't move for like 20 years, even though I'm, you know, I haven't had 20 years to not move. But I was fucking shocked that I ever moved out of that apartment, to be honest, even though it was like so not ideal. We had loud ass upstairs neighbors, which, oh, all those memories come flooding to me now that I'm having problems with this place. And I was just devastated for about 24 hours. And then after 24 hours, I was just coming to terms with it. I feel like I have a reactionary response. I think it's part of me being like a female. I was just breaking down and freaking out and not knowing what to do. But the way that I always combat that, and I don't have that often, the last time I had it was when we came down here and found out the house was shit that I first moved into. And before that, I can't even remember when the last time I felt like this was. Maybe when Jay got in a car accident with my car? But that didn't feel like desperation, it just felt sad, you know? I don't know, I felt this depression, this quickly onset depression, in contrast to me feeling so good for so long. Like, I literally wake up every morning, and the way that I did the bedroom and the way that the light comes into the bedroom in the daytime, even though I prefer to be a vampire and not have any light come in, it's very refreshing and it just feels beautiful. And I wake up every day. I don't need Thanksgiving, I don't need a special holiday. I wake up every day fucking appreciating my life and that I'm here in this beautiful home. And then in seconds, the shock of that all being ripped away from me when I was lulled into a false sense of security for this place was just, it was stressful. But I'm fine now, and I'm fine because I was able to formulate a game plan, and here are a few things that I'm going to be doing with Jay in order to make this move not so stressful, in order to make me not break down and have panic attacks about this, and to just come to terms with it. Jay and I are going to be hiring movers to actually pack everything and unpack everything. So this isn't going to be like a month-long thing like you saw in my moving vlog, which coincidentally I uploaded recently, even though I moved almost a year ago. I don't want to experience any of that stress. I would rather pay the extra money and just supervise someone doing all the work for me, which was suggested in my other video and my other vlogs about moving, where people were like, why didn't you just have someone do it yourself? And I am so anal about everything, and I'm so distrusting in people in general that I was just like, they're gonna break all my shit, they're gonna lose all my shit. It is better to do everything yourself. Unless you absolutely cannot, and you know that the person that you're getting is of the utmost professionalism, it is the best to do everything yourself if you can. That is just my mantra, because for me it rings true most of the time. But this time I am ready to throw my hands up in the air and just be like, no stress, no worry, no drama, no fucking back-breaking work on my part, just move me. And you know, I'll help here and there, like I'm gonna do all my collectibles just in case. Anything that can't be covered by insurance, anything that if I lose or that gets broken, I cannot replace it, I'm gonna pack myself, and this includes all of my recording equipment and computer equipment and everything. And the second thing we're going to do is we're going to get a nicer place. I have decided that we will up the amount of rent that we will spend $500 to $700 in order for me to be happier in a new place, in a better neighborhood, because one of the things that I'm anxious about when moving is finding a good and safe neighborhood where the neighbors aren't pieces of shit, and I had that here. I feel secure here, and security is something that's important to me, and not only important to me, but it's elusive to me, it feels. Like I haven't been living here long enough to know what the good areas are. So fuck it, I'm gonna treat myself. I'm gonna get a nicer place, I'm gonna hire some movers, and if you guys have any advice or anything about that, please do let me know in the comments section, like what kind of movers do I get? Are there movers that actually do pack your stuff for you? What are some things that they can't pack? Like give me advice. If you guys have moved a lot, please give me advice on this because I love to hear from you guys. Now, back to the story. I got in touch with the lender that Carolina had put me in touch with, and we were working on seeing if I could swing buying this house Not in 2 months before I move out, but before anyone else grabbed up the house from me. Because the owner, replying to Carolina, answered a few of my questions and said that he's not gonna hold the house for me very long because the longer he holds the house for me and my offer, the more offers he's losing because the market is hot right now. So I had to compete with a bunch of other buyers who don't currently live here. It's just, stressful. So the lender was punching in a bunch of numbers, and because I'm self-employed, that raises my risk. On top of that, my credit score at the current moment is a little bit under 700, which isn't terrible, but it's not great. So I'm sitting on the couch all day waiting for the lender to punch in numbers, call me back, punch in numbers, call me back, and she finally found exactly what I would need to do in order to buy the house. And because it was an impossible feat to do in the next couple weeks, I decided that I would just let go. Let go of this house that I thought was my dream fixer-upper house. My wonderful big but quaint house with a pool that I adored and woke up every morning in bed feeling lucky for. I'm like, fuck it. It's undoable. And I did so with as much optimism as I could muster because, we're gonna get a better house. It's gonna be fun. The moving experience might not be fun. Maybe it will with movers, I don't know. But being in a new area is gonna reinvigorate me, and I already feel reinvigorated. Like, I wanna make more content for my patrons, more content for my YouTube channels. I wanna stream more. I wanna move into a place that has good internet because I don't know if it's like this just area right here or the zip code or something, but oh my God, the internet never works here. It's so terrible. We even got like a really expensive NetDuma fucking router, the gaming router that you can like allocate bandwidth to each device and stuff. We got that, didn't help. It seemed to help. I mean, now I can upload YouTube videos and Jay can play things, which is really cool. But other than that, no, we don't have good internet. Not good enough to stream without lagging. Not good enough to not kick Jay out of a league game at least once or twice. So that's a good thing about it. And Jay suggested that we go around the house and we look at all the things that don't work and we just start to hate the house. And I don't want to do that. I love this house. I've even like made it better than it was before I moved in, I feel, So there are some positives to moving. It's going to be an expensive thing. It's going to be an annoying thing, but we'll figure it out. And I just want to thank all of my patrons, all the people on Discord, and all the people who were asking about it from Friday Night Mail, because I did mention it there. Thank you guys so much for being so supportive of me. Like, it makes me feel so much better when you guys just talk me through it and help me come to the logical conclusion that I would come to on my own, but I have this support system. You guys are just so amazing, and I can't thank you enough. And the support I got on Patreon, the support I got on the post that I made that looked like this, it was pretty sad. It looked like I was crying really hard before. I don't know how I'm gonna like keep up with my day-to-day stuff and look for another house. I'm glad that I'm level-headed enough to come through stuff like this and just be like, this is what has to be done. This is the game plan. We'll be fine. And I don't feel like a pile of shit for weeks, because that's what I was worried about, feeling that way possibly, and not being able to be my genuine self in videos, not being able to just wake up every day and feel blessed and happy like I had been. I was pretty spoiled the last year, feeling content in this place that I finally found for myself, that I felt like was my den, that I was setting up in perfect order for my videos with these sets, and just everything about it was becoming more and more Terra-like, Like I had the layout of furniture that I wanted, I had my plushies everywhere, I unboxed everything I wanted to unbox. I'm not just leaving things in boxes like a lot of YouTubers or people who move into places they don't like do. So yeah, that's the story about why I have to move soon. And if you want to know what those terms were that I couldn't meet in the next couple weeks to buy the house, I had to pay off $10K worth of debt to even be qualified, which is fine. I would have to do a 10% down payment, which happened to be quite a lot on this house. And I love this house, you guys can tell, right? What he's asking for it, I don't feel like it's worth. But I was willing to do it, and I was willing to sacrifice a lot to make that happen so that I was owning something. So that not only did I not have to move, but I wasn't like putting money into renting, because it's like never a good business decision to put money into renting. If you can buy, you should buy. And that's what I tried to do, and I couldn't. So 10% down, I had to pay off $10K worth of debt, which was doable. And I had to have $75,000 in the bank account as superfluous reserves. And no, I could not get that $75K from like another loan from a bank or from my parents. If my parents wanted to give me enough money, which I don't want to take that much money from them, they would have had to sign a gift contract. I don't know if you guys have ever dealt with buying a house before and then you get a loan from a family member or something. A gift contract says that you do not expect the money back. And my parents would have to sign that, even though I would want to give the money back, because if they just give me a loan and I have to pay it back, that's like having more credit card debt, basically. And they want to know that I have this money so that they know that they never have to worry about me not giving back the money that they lent to me. So yeah, it was just undoable in 2 weeks, and now we're looking to move, hopefully a little bit earlier. I want to be settled in the new place by Jay's birthday because Jay had to like spend his last birthday terribly moving cross country with my parents in a U-Haul, and I just don't want to do that to him again, so we're gonna try to move out a little bit early. I just want to get it over with. I'm gonna miss this place, and I love this place, and I still wake up every day very grateful that I found this place. After my parents went home, we had a great day of Yahtzee after that. They were very supportive. It kind of felt weird that for the second time, they're having to deal with drama with me. Every time they come here, there's some kind of drama, apparently. But we had a good night. My parents went home. I cleaned up the house, and I did the house tour. And even though it's not the house tour that I wanted it to be, the house tour where everything is 100% ready to go and perfect, it is going to be a bittersweet house tour. I was able to do the house tour finally, and I'm very grateful for that. And hopefully after I move, we'll have an even cooler house tour. So I need 2 things from you guys. First of all, pat yourselves on the back for being fucking amazing, supportive, amazings. Second of all, give me advice on movers. Is there any specific questions I should ask the movers so that I get the most professional people? Are any of you guys movers yourselves and can give me advice, like insider advice on professionalism and who to hire and what to say and how to make sure none of my stuff goes missing or gets broken? What are some things that I should not allow them to pack? What are some things they won't pack? I'm gonna be calling different places, but I want your advice as well. And lastly, let me know what kind of content I can make in lieu of this. Do you guys want like a new house tour of the other house before it's even furnished? Do you guys want a new moving vlog? I don't know if my moving vlog was interesting to you guys. Do you guys want a house hunting vlog? I did house hunting vlogs before, but I didn't do them very thoroughly and not a lot of people watched them. But let me know what kind of content you want me to do. We can turn this into something that's really cool. We can turn this into a positive where I just have more out and about vlogs like some of you guys like. Please let me know what you want. I appreciate it. Let's try to look at this in a positive light. We're getting hopefully an even bigger studio area. Better internet! Oh, I can finally stream while Jay streams and my stream doesn't lag. Oh my god, it's been a year of stressfulness with Cox. Hopefully that'll come to an end. It looks like there are no places with fiber optic in Vegas. I've tried looking everywhere and it doesn't seem like there is. CenturyLink has like 40 down and they don't even tell you what the upload speed is, which is like the important one for me. Probably like 1 or 2. We don't get the 100 up and 100 down fiber optic here like some places do, unfortunately. And we didn't get it back in the apartment either. Very annoying. Thank you for watching. Like the video and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed. I really do appreciate you guys so fucking much, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys more than words, more than my simple vocabulary can articulate. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.